are the worst places to live in Phoenix right now? And are any of them on your short list without you even knowing it? I analyzed the most common buyer regret patterns that I've seen across the Phoenix metro area over the past year. The same areas keep coming up, and the scary part is most of them have beautiful listings, reasonable prices, and attractive neighborhoods. Getting this wrong can easily run you $50,000 or more once you factor in the cost of selling too soon. I live and work in the Northeast Phoenix corridor, Desert Ridge, North Scottsdale, Cave Creek, and I know exactly which areas buyers tend to regret the most. So stay with me and I'll walk you through all of them. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I work with buyers and sellers and people relocating into this area every single week, and I know this part of the metro as well as anybody. If you're thinking of making a move here, I want to make sure that you land in the right spot. If you're new to this channel, hit subscribe. I put out Phoenix real estate content every week. Now let's talk about what to avoid when you're planning on moving here. Number one, underestimating commute pain. Now let's start here because this one changes the entire equation of where you live. Phoenix traffic is not bad the way New York and LA traffic is bad, but it has specific choke points that can genuinely make your life miserable if you buy in the wrong location relative to where you work or you travel. The worst of them is called the Stack. That's the I-10, I-17 interchange right near Sky Harbor Airport. A March 2026 survey of Valley Commutes ranked it as one of the most consistently brutal stretches in the entire metro, with rush hour speeds regularly dropping into the low 20-mile-per-hour range. This is not a one-time thing. This is a 5-day-a-week thing if you're commuting through it. The I-10 Broadway curve between the Split and the 202 in Chandler, they just completed a major improvement in about 2025, and it helped, but the broader I-10, I-17 corridor still generates some of the most consistent slowdowns in the state. The takeaway for buyers is this: before you fall in love with any home's price tag or backyard, map your actual commute during rush hour, not on Google Maps at 2 a.m., at 7:30 in the morning. The Northeast corridor, which will be Desert Ridge, Grayhawk, BC Ranch, all of North Scottsdale, Tatum Highlands, Tatum Ranch, Cave Creek, communities in this area put you on the 101 and the 51, which are genuinely more manageable than the western and southern freeways. And this matters for your daily quality of life far more than most buyers realize until it's too late. Number two, relying on rumors instead of actual crime data. Is Phoenix safe in 2026? Well, the honest answer is it depends. It depends completely where in Phoenix you're talking about. The city's overall crime rate sits below the national average, but Phoenix is enormous, and the difference between neighborhoods can be dramatic. The worst places to live in Phoenix for crime tend to cluster in the central and southern central parts of the city. Areas like Maryvale, South Mountain, they do have crime rates multiple times higher than the north end of the city. Meanwhile, neighborhoods in the far north, like Anthem, Sonora Foothills, Norterra, they report crime rates roughly 65% below the city-wide average. Desert Ridge, Grayhawk, BC Ranch, the broader Northeast corridor tracks similarly. The practical move is to use actual crime mapping tools before you tour any neighborhoods. Sites like Neighborhood Scout and crimemapping.com let you pull the real data by address. Don't rely on what someone told you or what a Facebook group said. Pull the actual numbers for the specific streets you're considering and compare them to the city average. That 10-minute research session can save you years of regret. Number three, buying cheap on the outer ring, hating it a year later. This is the buyer regret story I hear constantly. Someone moves to Phoenix, gets sticker shock on the Northeast prices, and decides to buy 35 to 45 minutes further west or southwest because the price per square foot looks better. And then a year later, they're miserable. The Phoenix real estate market has a very real pattern where the outer ring master plan communities look absolutely stunning in the marketing. Beautiful model homes, resort-style amenities, gleaming new finishes, but when you actually live there, the drive to get anywhere meaningful is 30 to 45 minutes. The commercial corridors aren't fully built yet, the schools are new and still finding their footing, and the dust and construction noise during summer can be relentless. For buyers who want the newer construction and the HOA amenities but don't want the outer ring lifestyle penalties, communities like Desert Ridge and the whole broader northeast quadrant of our valley deliver both. You get newer homes, great schools, full commercial infrastructure, and you're not staring at an unfinished dirt lot for the first 3 years of ownership. If you're trying to figure out exactly where in the Northeast Phoenix, Cape Creek, Scottsdale area that you should be looking based on your budget, lifestyle, and timeline, that's genuinely one of my favorite things to talk about when I meet new people who are interested in moving here. I know these neighborhoods well, and the difference between the right area and the wrong one for your specific life is something that I can help you figure out, and quickly. So let's connect. My contact information is right in the description below. You can even scan the code on your screen to book a call with me, or reach out to me directly at 602-818-1481. All right, now let's keep going. Number 4, ignoring heat and downtown street conditions. The pros and cons of moving to Arizona always include the heat, but people who've never lived here tend to underestimate what it actually means for day-to-day living in certain parts of the city. In the downtown and central Phoenix area during the summer, temperatures consistently hit 110 to 115 degrees. The city operates heat response centers and cooling stations throughout June, July, and August. The reality of outdoor homelessness and street conditions in central Phoenix is something that buyers considering downtown condos or central urban properties should research honestly before purchasing. In the northeast quadrant, further from the urban heat island effect, temperatures still run hot, but the elevation, the desert vegetation, and the general layout of the neighborhoods reduce some of the worst of the heat. Being further from that intense urban core is one of the often overlooked quality of life advantages of that whole northeast quadrant. Number 5, getting surprised by HOAs. Phoenix neighborhoods to avoid for an HOA perspective are not always the ones with the lowest quality. Sometimes it's the most expensive communities that have the most restrictive rules. Across the Northeast, whether it's Desert Ridge, Grayhawk, BC Ranch, HOA fees and CC&R restrictions are a real part of the purchase conversation. Some communities have strict rules around parking, exterior paint colors, landscaping, short-term rentals, pets, you name it. Before you fall in love with any property, download the CC&Rs and actually read them, or ask your agent to walk you through those key restrictions. What feels like a minor annoyance on a tour can genuinely become a daily frustration when it's your actual home. HOA fees in that whole Northeast area range anywhere from $50 in Desert Ridge areas up to over $500 a month in some of the Scottsdale planned communities. Maybe they have guard gates, resort amenities. Know exactly what you're paying and what you're getting before you close. Number 6, overpaying because of a hot neighborhood ranking. Every year, there are a list of hottest Phoenix neighborhoods, and every year, buyers relocating from out of state use those rankings to guide their search and sometimes end up overpaying for a neighborhood fit that is not actually right for their life. The Phoenix housing market update heading into 2026 shows a meaningful normalization in price growth. Desert Ridge's median sales price came in approximately $680,000 in late 25, with homes spending around 58 days on the market. Scottsdale's average home value is sitting around $838,000 as of early 26. These are strong, established markets, but they're not the frenzied sellers markets of 21 or 22. What that means for buyers is that you have real negotiating room right now, especially on properties that have been sitting for 45 days plus. The buyer who comes in prepared with comps and a clear-eyed view of the market has leverage that simply did not exist 2 or 3 years ago. Working with someone who tracks these specific submarkets daily is what gets you clarity. Number 7, what are locals actually choosing? Here is the honest insider perspective. When people who know Phoenix well, agents, long-term residents, people who've lived in multiple parts of the valley, when they're choosing where to plant roots, the Northeast quadrant keeps coming up. Desert Ridge, Grayhawk, BC Ranch and Scottsdale, Tatum Highlands, Cave Creek, All of these neighborhoods, these are the areas where the combination of school quality, safety, commute access via the 101 and 51, and lifestyle amenities consistently delivered. The best suburbs in Phoenix conversation almost always circles back to this northeast corridor. Cave Creek in particular has seen some growing attention from buyers who want the mountain desert lifestyle with a slightly more relaxed, small town feel, access to riding, hiking, outdoor recreation that's genuinely world class. If you are someone relocating to Phoenix, especially if you're a family, a move-up buyer, someone looking at a second home in a market with long-term value, this is the quadrant I would have you seriously explore before anything else. So when people ask about moving to Phoenix in 2026, the answer is genuinely yes. It's a great move, but only if you land in the right area for your life. The commute math matters, the crime data matters, the lifestyle fit matters more than most people give it credit. And the specific neighborhood differences across a metro this large are real and significant. Together, understanding the freeways, the safety picture, the HOA landscape, and what locals are actually choosing is what turns a good Phoenix relocation into a great one. Thanks so much for watching, and if you're thinking about buying or selling anywhere in Desert Ridge, North Phoenix, Scottsdale, Cave Creek, I would genuinely love to talk with you about what's out there right for you, whether you're relocating from out of state, moving up, downsizing, something that fits your next chapter. There are real opportunities in the market for the right buyer. I'm Tracy Williamson, and I specialize in Northeast Phoenix, North Scottsdale, the Desert Ridge area, Greyhawk, BC Ranch, Tatum Highlands, Tatum Ranch, and Cave Creek. My contact information is in the description below. You can also reach out to me directly at 602-818-1481. Whether you're buying or selling or just trying to figure out where you should be, I'm here to help you make the right move. Get in touch with me and let's figure out which of these communities might be your next chapter. And I'll see you on the next video.